we're moving into the property tour. This is very important. This is where you're going to involve third-party stories, tie-downs, and yes, trial closes. Now, be careful, because over the years I've seen sales executives pick up their people, start going on the property tour, and they're walking 10 yards in front of them. Please don't do this. Stay with them. When you walk into the property, first of all, you should go back into warm-up and forget the product at that point and get back talking about them, their children, and so forth. And at this point, you have a lot of information where that should be a lot easier to do. And as you're walking through the property, point out all the amenities that the resort offers. Whether it's paddle boats, a water park, activities for the children like ice cream parties, face painting, hair braiding, games that they play in the pool. Because all this is free to the owner. And once you get into the model, then obviously most of us start in the kitchen. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, especially you, Mrs. Jones, I don't expect you to go on vacation and cook. Although if you like, the kitchen is fully equipped. If you're staying close to home within a 2 to 5 hour radius, you could take food from home. And you know, I had owners of mine, Jeff and Pauline. They were here about 2 months ago, and they couldn't believe how it really worked out for them. And they thanked me to no end. They have 3 sons, teenagers. And if any of you have teenage sons, you know they're bottomless pits. Many people don't realize the item on your budget when you vacation that is the most expensive is food. Right after that are your accommodations. So even if you don't want to cook, just by having snacks and drinks and cold cuts and breads and so forth, the money that you can save is mind-boggling. And that's exactly what Jeff and Pauline shared with me. The money that this has been saving them, they never thought it would be as much as it has been. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, do you see how this kitchen can save you quite a bit of money when you're on vacation? Just the money you save from breakfast, lunch, and snacks. Now you could take your family out to a wonderful gourmet restaurant. Then you continue on with the model tour. Show them the washer and dryer. Say, you know, when my wife and I go on vacation, my wife does laundry. She does a couple of loads the night before we check out. It makes it easier to pack, number one. And number two, we're using the resort's electricity, water, detergents, and so forth. Take them into the master suite. Have them sit on the beds. Show them how comfortable it is. Show them the dining area, the living area, and of course the balcony. And in the living area, you could bring up a beach vacation where you could only spend 2 or 3 hours at a time under the sun. And most people will never go back to a hotel room because actually it's more stressful than de-stressing when everyone is piled on top of each other. In a hotel room, of course, you want to eat something, you sit on a bed. You want to watch TV, you sit on a bed. So have them come in and have them sit down in the living room and say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, picture you and your family at a beautiful beach. And when you get tired of being in the sun, you go back to your villa and the family sits down in this setting here, relaxed. You want something to eat or snack on or drink? It's right here at your fingertips. Do you see a totally different picture so far? I'm sure you do. Let's move into the guest bedroom. When you move into the guest bedroom, which also includes the guest bathroom, close the door and ask them, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, tell me, what does this remind you of? 100% of them automatically are going to say where I'm staying in my hotel room. Exactly. Now, please, look at this. Open the door again and show them the spacious villa and say, at this point, if you could have this much space, this much comfort, this much luxury, for the same or less than what you're currently spending now, Wouldn't you consider taking advantage of this wonderful product today? It's what I expected to hear. It's what we hear all the time. At this point, you escort him out of the villa and you go back to your station.